It's Jazz and
Ash
and Elena.
Yay, we're at Ramashanti Yoga today, guys. We wanted to just highlight a little bit of the magic that's going to be happening here on March 10th with Elena's myofascial release workshop. So she's here today just to tell us a little bit about how she started, what makes her passionate about helping people heal, and then show us some of her amazing little tools she has here.
Hi, Mariz.
Yay!
Hi! You made it!
Technical difficulties, but we're good.
Fashionably late.
Fashionably late.
Yes. Getting on the way. Elena, take it away. So tell us a little bit about your workshop coming up.
Okay, so March 10th, we're gonna have it here in this beautiful studio, and we're gonna do some yoga, gentle yoga to start out moving, and then we're gonna use the different balls here. We have different balls.
Here, I'll hold some for you.
Pass it
Yeah.
down.
And a sock.
Perfect.
It's a mystery how we're gonna use that.
Hi, Carrie.
To release
Hi, Carrie.
There's a guy. to release our connective tissue or tightness, and we might want to talk about what it is that we're trying to release.
Yes.
You guys wanna talk about that. Okay.
Yes.
So, what is this connective tissue? Fascia has been a kind of a buzzword last year. They finally said yes, it exists, and it's a big organ. They call it an organ now.
Okay. Wow.
And there's at least 2 projects that are going on right now, which is really doing a lot of research and mapping out the fascia in our bodies. So basically, it's a wrapping of everything in our bodies. So I brought an orange to demonstrate a little bit. So you know how you have the orange and you have your peel here? So that's kind of our skin, if you wish. So everything just contains within that. And then in the once you start peeling it, you have this white little thing right there, right? That's the container of the skin. And then once you keep cutting or peeling, you can see there's other little containers. It's almost like it contains little pieces everywhere. And then as you start eating it and you really look at this, and you can look at find an orange, you can see all the wrappings around every little fiber of the orange. So that's kind of similar in our bodies.
Okay.
So we have this wrapping that's first of all goes, skin, then under the skin, then the muscles are wrapped around it, then each fiber of the muscles wrapped around it, and then vessels and organs, and it's just so amazing how it infuses everything everywhere onto the cell. Every cell has a wrapping. Does that make sense?
It's delicious. Oh yeah.
It's delicious.
So
It is.
The fascia is
It really
all
is.
over our
All
body.
over. It's
Wow.
actually like a container. If it wouldn't be for fascia, it would be a puddle on the floor.
Okay.
Like literally,
Whoa.
it holds everything together.
Wow.
And it's also there to shock absorb. So like if we fall, it takes this because it's fluid filled, it's water filled, it's crystal-like, liquid crystal. And it's really takes that shock and like kind of distribute to the body, so we don't break bones right away, so we don't hurt ourselves too much. So it's really cool.
So phenomenal. I mean, we all have a human body, but then just hearing some of the more intricate workings, it's just we're living miracles.
Yes, we are. So the thing is with the fascia is we live our lives and we do different things. We have sports and traumas and injuries and surgeries, and that's where restrictions come in. So fascia gets restricted, and when it gets restricted, it gets short and solidified. So many of you may be feeling your back of your neck and you feel some knots and it's crunches.
Yep.
And maybe in your butt, you can feel. You can feel maybe some knots. So
Behind my knees, I feel
yeah,
a lot.
some of that
I can
too.
feel that.
Yeah.
So that's the fascia.
It can be, yeah. There's also a little bursa sac. So
Okay.
there's a lot of stuff going on in the body.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but a lot of times in the feet, for example, in the arch of the foot, they even call it plantar fasciitis because it's really thick fascia underneath. So there's different density of fascia, like our IT band. You know how kind of tough it is, and if you roll on it, it just kind of hurts.
Yeah.
It's there to stabilize the hip, so it has to be thicker. the feet the same way because we have so much impact on it. It has to stabilize. Our brain is also wrapped with a thicker fascia.
Good morning. There's Michelle.
Hi.
Yay!
Thanks for
Magical,
tuning
and then
in.
another Michelle.
I can't see that.
More Michelle.
You have to sweat.
Good morning.
Hi, girls.
Morning. So that's kind of what
So from injury,
from
our
injury,
fascia,
poor posture is
poor
really
posture.
big. You know how we sit a lot.
I have breastfeeding posture right now, so
Yeah.
I'm like always, I can
Yes.
feel back here, it's not happy.
Yes.
So.
So poor posture, and I will talk about posture a little bit in the workshop as well, like
Okay,
sitting
beautiful.
posture and standing posture, and maybe we will walk a little bit too. How are we walking? So it's then injuries, just like snowboarding and skiing and horses. Impact, and when we're young, it seems to kind of fade away.
Yeah.
But the older we get, the more of that accumulates. So we want to kind of keep up with it. That's why I call it self-care, because if you kind of maybe a couple times a week or something, get on your balls and release some of the stuff that you've been living your life. It's okay to live your life, but you need to also address that. Then you can have a healthier, longer, and just more enjoyable life. That's kind of my intention here.
Makes your, so you want the fascia to be more pliable.
Yes, so you don't want it to be,
Fluid.
you want it to be moving. And I like to do, when I perform my fascial release hands-on, and when I do some rolling, it's called skin rolling, and you can test it on yourself. You should be able to pick up your skin anywhere, like let's say on your arm.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
Pick up your skin, ladies.
Pick up your skin.
Everyone's doing
Anywhere
it.
you want. Yeah, everybody, hopefully everything. So you should be picking up and do a little roll here, and it shouldn't hurt, okay? It might be a bigger roll, which is fine, and has nothing to do with your weight, I promise you.
Okay.
It's all about just how tight it is. People always say, well, it's just because of that. No, it's just how your fascia is. So it shouldn't hurt, and especially like the IT band for women. Women have more IT band tightness than men. Is somebody else?
Yeah.
Yay!
Look at that.
I know.
So
it's
popular.
nice. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you for
Ladies, for
tuning
joining
in.
us.
Yes.
So if I can't pick up parts, that's tighter.
Yeah, and then or you do just a gentle like you can just do a compression and feel, and if that hurts, it's a restriction.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes a
It
lot of
shouldn't
sense.
hurt. Medium pressure. You don't need to push really hard because you can always hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Almost like a tenderness.
Yes.
Like I kind of feel that tenderness in certain areas more than others.
Yeah,
so.
that's what we need to look at.
Okay.
And then we want to get ahead of time, ahead of this, because we don't want to wait until it becomes a big problem.
Yes.
Until like our knees start to hurt, our
Yes.
hips start to hurt. We want to address it beforehand.
More
That's
preventative.
Preventative. That's kind of what my intention. And I wanted to offer this to women of vision. Women of vision, I did say that.
Yes, it's perfect.
I can say wrong. Larry laughs at me all the time about this. Because women, our age are moms and they're self-employed and they're running around. They don't have time to do stuff, to get massages or, which is a great thing to do, by the way. So I wanted to offer this as a tool. Like if you notice yourself being tight and you're hurting, so I can do something about it. I have some balls. I can get on the floor and I can release some of that and release the tightness and tension. So I wanted to offer that as a tool for women who are kind of busy with beautiful life. Yeah.
I love it.
It's amazing to be able to take action immediately and not need to depend on someone else for your
Yes.
healing, which so grateful for massage therapists and healers around the world. But how amazing to give the power back to yourself and to tune into your body and just self-healing, self-care.
Exactly. So that's the whole, in my practice, when I work with clients who are usually past that point where they can help themselves, I teach them how to do it at home. So that's part of my practice. That's how I came about. So like every time after a session, I'm like, I usually figure out what they need most, and then I give them one or two things to do at home. So they need to continuously. It's not just you go to a therapist and they do it for you. No, you have to continue to do stuff at home.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Consistency is key.
Self-care, self-responsibility.
Consistent self-care.
I know.
Hi, Monette.
Hi.
So, can you show us something with one of these balls? Like
Okay.
I know you're going to do it in the workshop. I don't want to give too much away
Yeah.
yet, but
Let me. Well, I don't have to get up or no. We're not doing that. It's kind of a lot of them on the floor.
on the floor.
Okay, gotcha.
Or against the
gotcha.
wall. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna be doing with them now.
Yes.
So this one, there's another one.
This one?
This one. I have all different ones, and it's funny thing
Ooh.
because these little guys I got at the dollar store.
Ooh.
nice. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Not
Perfect.
this one, but this one. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna share with you guys where I got this stuff if you like
Yes.
some.
Beautiful.
And I have two options. So we're gonna do some stuff on the feet with these, and feet are just so good. I mean, I just love teaching people with the feet. And so we're gonna be rolling our feet and releasing our feet with these. We're also gonna be using these for our upper back. You know how I mentioned those knots?
Yes.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, this is where sock comes in.
So curious what the sock is
Should
for.
we bring our own socks? Or
No.
are you
You know what? I could have asked for that. Actually, I just went and bought some more socks.
It's BYOS. Bring your own sock.
That's awesome. I totally could have. Man, I just bought yesterday like another pair.
So funny.
Yeah, so I have 15 socks,
okay, good.
and they're clean. They're unworn.
Good.
So we'll be using that. We will actually use that. We're gonna put the ball in there and use it against the wall. And I'll have to tell, I'll explain where exactly to use it because we want to make sure that we are not injuring ourselves with self-care. We want to be, there's a whole thing there's the principles. So it's not just, go get it kind of a thing. It's really gentle and,
Yes.
going
Therapeutic and
inward and
intuitive.
awareness. Body awareness is a big deal.
Yeah.
So, and then this guy we'll be using, we're kind of going to go through the whole body. So my plan is, hopefully we have enough time.
Yes.
My plan is start with the feet and move it up to the legs. And this is going to be for our legs it's called an all ball, 4-inch all ball, and I get on Amazon. And do some maybe IT band depending how tight your T-bands are. Some glute work here, possible quads. So
like it.
we'll just play with it and
Yep.
see. Also, we'll use some on the front because that sitting posture. That's what happens.
Things get tight.
Yeah.
And next thing we're gonna do on the jaw.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm excited about the jaw. I'm gonna show you guys a couple things in the jaw, and we're gonna do an ear release too.
Ooh. These get left behind. Like no one
Yeah,
thinks about taking
nobody-
care of these little guys.
And the jaw and the ear are
Wow.
really closely connected. So, and you can do stuff, when you're in the office, and yeah. So I'm excited about kind of
Yes.
covering kind of the whole chain.
Yes. So yummy.
Thank you so much. I'm excited. So excited.
Yay! do you have anything else that you want to share?
Let's see, what have I put on the?
We're just gonna take a moment.
As I'm
take a
thinking about it,
breath.
take a breath.
I'll do some
Maybe they just have questions. Anybody has questions?
Yeah, if anybody has questions.
That might be a good one.
Oh, I had a question.
Yes.
Do you feel like there is a benefit, like let's say after a workout or after a yoga class, does it give you easier muscle recovery? Like if you work on the fascia after you tighten and kind of constrict everything and then you're breaking it up, do you feel like that's valuable?
Good question. Good question. I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like if you come home, like I worked out today,
Sure.
and I feel like, I work my glutes,
Tight.
everything, yeah. Probably tonight I'll do some rolling.
Okay.
Give it
But
some time.
yeah,
Give it some time.
I feel
Okay.
like not right away, just because let it
Sure.
settle.
Sure.
I like to, and then also feeling if you come home and you're like, I did too much,
Definitely.
maybe then it's a good time.
Okay. Okay.
So it's kind of, I feel like there is, debate about stretching before working out and after, that's kind of the same thing.
Sure. Sure.
Then there is also, my teacher was saying that, you want to first release and then stretch, and I just don't know how, I think it's very individual.
You just gotta find what works for you.
Yes.
And then just give everything you do time to settle is what I
Yes.
mean. Just
Exploring. I think that the biggest thing is like, it's what I tell you is one thing, but then you need to learn to feel it in your body and
Yes.
become aware. So I'm
Yes.
secondary.
Beautiful.
you give
So-
us the tools we need
Yes.
and we need to develop self-awareness.
Yes.
And
Hi,
that
Eva.
intuitive
Hi,
voice
Eva.
within all of us, that just internal guide, whether it's with your body or a decision you're making or whatever it is, just kind of that set point being able to listen. So
Yes.
yeah, and I love how this tunes you into that, because I'm always looking for things to make that internal voice, just that the clarity come through, because it can be jumbled by thoughts, it can be jumbled by how brilliant and shiny and distracting the world can be.
Yes,
So
busy and busy.
oh, so busy, so busy. So just really having that set point internal, I feel like this would just help kind of guide me into it really easily.
And that's what it's like. I ideally, in my trainings, I say you should do every day self-care, like 45 minutes every day. It's a big kind of a goal, and that's why I said twice a week is great if you can make it.
Yes.
But you know, sometimes you can just lay down, like you said, 20 minutes and just really use it as meditative time and away from everybody and everything, and it could be really healthy.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, yeah, I think that's great.
Just the intention of setting aside a time for self-care
Yes.
is amazing. And I know it's something all women, we have to kind of challenge ourselves to set that time aside, because we're so devoted to taking care of others, which I love. I think that like nurturing feminine part of us is so amazing, but it gets out of balance really easy for us.
Yes.
So
Eva
Yeah.
is very excited that the class is on Sunday, she said.
Oh, yay!
It's her only available day off that she doesn't work. Yeah.
so
Nice.
cool.
What
And
do we need to bring to the class?
Nice.
Okay. What do you want to, comfortable clothing, okay, and we have enough mats. Do we have enough mats? Yoga mats here?
If
Or
you
we might
want to bring
need-
your mat, that's great. We do have extras here. If you have a yoga mat, go ahead and bring it.
Yeah, yoga mat, I would say maybe something to drink, but
Water.
we'll have some,
We'll
we'll
have-
actually have
yeah.
some snacks here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll start, I'm gonna maybe say that, we'll start with gentle yoga. We start setting intention, body scan, and do some gentle movements, because it's also part of self-care. Yay. And then we're gonna take I'm gonna explain what it is about a little bit more, how, you know, what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna take a short break. That's my plan right now anyway.
Beautiful.
And then we're gonna go into all of this. So
Awesome.
I think just comfortable clothing and an open mind and
Yeah.
excitement about learning new things. That's it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm all about the fascia. I call it the fuzz. Have you ever heard it called
Yeah.
the fuzz? Yeah.
There's so much, again, research is going on. I'm so
Amazing.
excited about it because it's finally getting them some attention,
Yes.
like a real attention.
And it's so powerful. We talk about this in yoga all the time, the fascia, and how, you know, when we don't use it, that it solidifies and those little fibers just grip together. And that's what you feel when you're stretching. You're feeling that release and that breaking apart of the fascia. But I feel like this gets really deep. Like yoga
Yes.
is phenomenal. Everyone knows that. But
Yes.
this is just kind of on, like in its own lane, on
It's
another
a,
level.
yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah,
it's a
totally
it's-
different modality. but-
yoga is motion is lotion.
Oh!
I like
So
it.
I love it. So we need both. We need
Changing
both.
my business card.
Yeah. Our new tagline.
So that's what we need that. That's really important.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
like eating healthy, right? It's the same thing. We need to move. Otherwise, like you said, it gets stuck and it does get solidified. And then we have this bad posture that's,
yeah.
you know.
Sure.
But this is like additional. It's like really self-care in a different way. So
There's a depth to it. You
Yeah,
can feel it. There's
yeah.
just something deep about it.
come learn about it more on Sunday, March 10th.
Yay,
March-
girls!
Yes, March 10th, Sunday.
What
10
time?
a.m.
Do we know time?
What time?
10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it's
10
3 hours,
10,
but I
10.
promise it's gonna go really fast.
Beautiful. 10 to 1. Well, thank you girls so much for joining us. It like means the world. You could be spending your time anywhere and you're spending it with us on this live. So, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaste.
Bye.
We love you.
Bye.
All right.